And welcome to this week's episode of the United Silent Majority. I'm Dustin, and let's get started. This coming Saturday, just a few days from now, November 1st, we are having a food drive downtown. It's going to be between the hours of 10 in the morning and 2 in the afternoon right there at the Courthouse. We urge all of you to show up and donate non-perishable food items or money that will be given to local food pantries. We ask that representatives of local food pantries reach out to us and show up Saturday. I'd love for you to be there. I would love for the public to see you and meet you. And it's going to put a face behind the heroes that work behind the scenes feeding those that need food. Irregardless of the government shutdown, there is a drastic need for food. Last week we covered this topic a little bit, and I failed to mention that according to government studies, 1 in 4 children in our country suffer from food insecurity. 25% of our children live in homes where food is not necessarily there. That shouldn't happen in our country. That shouldn't happen in our community. Many of us understand those struggles. But the time for words is over. Over the last few years, I've mentioned this topic numerous times, and I've seen lots of thumbs up and lots of comments about, oh yes, these are very important things. Well, it's time for action. Let's stop talking about what we need to do and let's start doing it. And this Saturday is your chance. Show up, donate food, donate money, donate clothes. Whatever you think you can donate, I promise you someone can use it. And we will make sure it gets to the right people. Now, let's quickly go into, and I'll make an announcement now. Election night, we're going to be live streaming. You may want to watch that because unedited, it's hard to know what I'm going to say and when I'm going to say it. So live streaming, and I know my brother is probably already suffering anxiety just thinking about it. But with the elections, we thought it would be a cool public service to stream live and check out the results as they come in. And we'll keep our fingers on the pulse of other campaigns and races across the country, mayor of New York City, a few governor races that are very interesting to watch. So we will be streaming live election night. I hope you guys can join us. And if you do, I'm pretty sure you can comment questions, and we would definitely do our best to answer those questions live on air. So check us out election night. But we're going to supply pictures of the candidates in all different wards and sections of our county. There's quite a few. If you go onto the Secretary of State's website, it's quite surprising how many ballots we have. I'm going to focus right now on highlighting the City of Bellefontaine's election. President of Council, you have 3 candidates. Danielle Buchanan, Ben Stoller, and Miranda Warren. Ben Stoller is the former mayor of Bellefontaine. I've heard lots of stories about Mr. Stoller, good and bad. I do know when he first became mayor, he was a Democrat. And then he changed parties and became a Republican. And as far as I understand, he still is a Republican. Now, for treasurer, Mark Fissel is the only candidate. He's a write-in candidate, but he's the only option and the only write-in candidate whose vote will be counted. You have to go through some steps to be accepted as a write-in candidate. So even if you write in your own name, that vote will not be counted officially for a candidate. You just can't write in anybody, unfortunately. At least that's how it is here locally. Now, for the member of city council at large, you have 4 candidates running. I'm pretty sure the top 3 get elected. Wes Easton, which we have discussed Mr. Easton numerous times through the podcast or through this YouTube channel and through the Facebook page. Jenna James, registered Republican. Kyle Springs, Republican. And Tim Steinhelfer, Democrat. He's a lawyer here in town. He represented the people trying to impeach the mayor of Lakeview. Other members of council spots, you have Sarah Lewis, a Democrat, running against Devin Palmer, a Republican, in the 1st Ward. The 2nd Ward, Jordan Reeser's running unopposed. 3rd Ward, Nick Davis is running unopposed. 4th Ward, Mick Lyle is running unopposed. I have problems with that. Hopefully in 2 years, we'll have some new candidates. Maybe some candidates from the silent majority. Brave enough and strong enough to throw their hat in the ring and run for one of these offices. Because quite honestly, there's lots of options here for new people to come in. What's the definition of insanity? Doing the same thing over and over again, but expecting different results? Well, if we elect the same people over and over again, we're not going to get different results. It's just that simple. We need new people, new leadership. The only way to do that is to have new people run. Now, the next story is something that just came up just a few days ago from recording this episode. And it has to do with the Mary Rutan situation. As we all know, we covered I think last week, the staggering amount of garnishments the hospital has taken on. And we've noticed through public comments how many other people have been victims of this very aggressive financial campaign by the hospital. I'm going to read this letter that I've posted online to all of you right now. My name is Redacted. My wife and I were recently sued by Mary Rutan Hospital over several old medical bills related to my son's birth. He's now 7. At the time of his birth and all related visits, we were fully covered under the United Healthcare Medicaid. To my understanding, it's illegal to bill patients directly for services that were covered by Medicaid. Years ago, we even did a 3-way call with both Mary Rutan's debt department and United Healthcare to resolve this issue. We were told it would be handled, and we heard nothing more for 6 years. That's when we received a court summons. I appeared in court today. This would have been Friday. And there was no judge or magistrate present. I was told the judge was on conference and the attorney representing Mary Rutan would be speaking with me instead. From the start, he tried to pressure me into paying the bill. When I calmly told him that I had proof of our coverage and that I wanted to dispute the charges, he became extremely rude and even cursed under his breath and telling me, and I quote, "Send the shit to me." He told me to call the hospital's debt department again, despite me having done so multiple times in the past without resolution. I never got a chance to speak with a judge. The lawyer also said that since my wife stayed home with our kids, she would be defaulted on. Though I don't understand how a joint case can be split up like that. All the charges in question were covered by Medicaid, and yet we were dragged into court over these charges years later. The entire experience felt chaotic, unprofessional, and deeply unfair. It seems like people are being intimidated or confused into paying bills that Medicaid should have covered. That's the end of this letter. So we looked up the law, and we will supply that link in this video. But this guy's not lying. He's right. You see, Medicaid, Medicare, they work out negotiated prices with healthcare providers. I have private insurance, so let's say the hospital fixes something on me and it costs $10. We'll keep the numbers low and unrealistic just to keep it simple. My private insurance would pay $10. Medicaid or Medicare, they've already negotiated prices, and they'll pay $7. Now, a hospital would be losing $3, but it is illegal for them to go after me if I had Medicaid and come at me for the $3 that Medicaid didn't cover. The way the law is, you take what Medicaid pays you, and the case is resolved financially. So what it appears is happening is the hospital is going after patients for that difference in the bill. If that's what's happening, it's 100% illegal. And if you think that happened to you in the past, I have a number for you to call. Here recently, we were shared an image of an advertiser being sent out locally from a lawyer in Columbus, Ohio law firm, asking people to represent them in cases against Mary Rutan Hospital. Now, I haven't spoken to this law firm, but I do believe if you think you've been screwed over by the hospital in the past, or you're facing possible garnishments in the future, you need to contact this law firm. Doyega Law, LLC. I've not spoken to them. I don't know who they are. But their phone number is area code 614-802-9232. And the image will show you there's also an email address that you can email. Call them. See what you need to do. It certainly appears what the hospital is doing is not only morally wrong, it's legally wrong. So it's time that we stand up to these people and fight for our right. If they're double billing or doing whatever it is they're doing, if it's not legal, they should pay for it. Now, we're going to share the Mary Rutan Hospital, for those that may not know, it is a nonprofit. So just like our RTC stories, there's a board over top. And in theory, the board controls the actions of the organization. They have the oversight authority. Here is your board of directors of Mary Rutan Hospital. If you know these people, I suggest maybe you reach out to them. Ask them what in the hell is going on at the hospital when it comes to getting payment from patients. And President and CEO of the hospital, Chad Ross, which we will share his image now because, well, he's supposed to be the guy in charge. And if you would like to reach out to Chad, we will also supply a link or his email address, Chad ross@maryrutan.org. He won't respond to my emails, but maybe if you email him, he will. So please don't hesitate. Let him know that you have questions. So leave your comments below. Let us know what you think should happen. Let us know what you think the next step forward should be.
Experiences.
If you had experiences with the hospital, billing department, and you would like for us to share your stories, send them to us. Go to our website, and there's an email form in there that you can send news tips and stories to us directly and privately. Nothing you say or give me will be shared without your permission. We take confidentiality of everyone extremely seriously. So, with the hospital and everything related to this whole situation, I want the public to know that we're not going to give up looking and rooting around, because I believe what's being done, it needs looked at. Now this week I am also going to be reaching out to the county and the city, wondering why there's no judge present. Why would these patients be forced to walk into a room and talk directly to the lawyers representing the hospital? That doesn't seem right to me. I know in civil cases that can sometimes be the norm, but I believe the court system owes it to the public to make sure there's someone there who has oversight over the proceedings, to make sure the hospital is not doing anything illegal. I mean, it is a court. That is part of their judiciary responsibility, is it not? So in closing, we know what we have to do. Keep asking questions, stick together, and don't let the people who think they have the power intimidate us. If the hospital or any other organization you believe is trying to bully you into paying something that you don't believe you should pay, don't give in. Fight. There's lawyers out there that will fight with you. Fight for you. It's no fair for a normal person to walk into a building and have a conference with a lawyer. We don't understand what they know. And from what it appears, they have no doubt, they have no fear in using intimidation to get what they want. And again, like I said about the food drive at the beginning, it's not about words anymore. It's about your actions. I want to see you guys out there. If you'd like to volunteer, comment below and let us know you would be willing to show up that day and help us collect food. And share the video. Like the page. The more exposure we get, the better. You may not realize how much a simple like and share matters, but trust me, they do. We'll see you hopefully Saturday, downtown Bellefontaine between the hours of 10 and 2. Or we'll see you next week. And don't forget, take care of yourself and one another.